Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about Marsau Scott buying his mother-in-law, Miss Wanda, her food truck. Now, I haven't tried the food, but I heard some great reviews. And then, well, honey, there's the really bad ones too. And so if I was in Huntsville, I probably would try her food just for y'all, just to see what all the hype is about. But I also have a live about Melody Holt. But honey, first let's briefly get into this apology that Destiny issued Stormi. So Destiny posted on her IG and said, "I apologize," right after saying, "Sweetie, it was edited out. Should grace be given?" And in her comments under this post, a lot of fans are telling her that she was wrong for using the word sweetie in the first place, because using that word in a confrontational situation will make it worse. So whether Stormi was overacting or not, I personally feel like Destiny should not have said it in the first place. The word itself isn't bad, but the settings it was used in was. So do y'all think that grace should have been given in that situation? Let me know in the comment section. But getting into Miss Wanda's business, honey, and this food truck, my question is, would you buy your mother-in-law an expensive gift like Miss Wanda is asking for? So while y'all answer that question, here's a short video confirming that she got a food truck.
Now can y'all see me? Hey! Yeah, y'all, what I was going to say? Oh yeah, I was saying earlier before I got cut off on my own live that I was down here enjoying my little self here at Black, and I mean, this has been a good day for me. My truck will be up and running. I got started on it, y'all. I don't care what y'all say about that truck. When y'all see it, it's going to be off the chain. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because it's not where you get it from and where you started from. It's where you finish, okay? It's where you finish. Leave my live alone. But anyway, y'all, people say what they want to say, because I'm crawling right now. Yeah, I'm crawling right now. And then when I do one baby step, woohoo. When I do two baby steps, I get on both of my feet. Ooh, baby. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be on and popping then. It's going to be on and popping. So I want y'all to continue blessing me and showering me with the season I'm selling out there. It's been doing good. I know that I have not have a website. I'm working on it. The girl told me it's going to take a while for her to get through with my website. So y'all, spare with me, work with me.
I also want to talk about Miss Melody Cherie, and in this very candid video of her, she's talking in the dark, but that's neither here or there. But just listening to the place that she's at in her life right now, I think for the few years that she's been on the show of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Melody has had a lot of experiences of losing friends. And she thought she had a friendship with LaTisha and Destiny. And then here comes this friendship with Kimmy that is really just starting to blossom, if I do say so myself. And then we see Tiffany, who has been on the show for 2 seasons now. And then Stormi is on the new season. But keep in mind, like, Stormi and Melody's friendship is like new. Y'all know that Melody filmed her music video at Stormi's house, so I think that's what really brought them like really close. But in this video, Mel is saying that she has had to isolate herself a lot and it feels a little lonely. Mel is also on vacay in this live, and she's just updating us on what's been going on in her world. So take a listen, leave your thoughts. To me, it's kind of deep, but let me know what you all think about it. I look forward to reading and responding to your comments and commentary, honey. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
When we're going, and we don't even appreciate the air we're breathing. Like, just take a minute and realize that we are inhaling. I've kind of been working on that maybe the past like 4 to 5 months. And in terms of appreciating nature, even longer than that. But what I will say is, what's up, H-Town? So what I will say is, today, being up in the air, looking down at the beautiful, beautiful water, and just seeing all of creation, right? I literally began to just speak and manifest certain things. And I remember I was speaking, prosperity, success, peace. And I was claiming that for myself while I was up there in the air. And what happened was I began to tear up because, I began to wonder if there would ever become a time when, I would just have genuine people in my life, right? It is just very hard. It's very, very hard when you are such a giver and you have so much to give, to sometimes just recognize sooner than later if people are genuine, like real care, real concern, real love, not on some, what can I gain? What can I get? What can you do for me? You know what I mean? And I don't take a lot of time to just think about stuff like that. I really don't, because I'm just usually so busy going. But again, remember I said I've been working on trying to take time to just appreciate air, to appreciate life, to appreciate creation and nature, all of that good stuff. And so I had that moment today, and I was literally up there tearing up, wiping tears off of my eyes. I was like, girl, where did this come from? But I think in the moment for me it was, like, man, is life gonna be lonely? Well, not lonely, but because I tell people all the time, being alone doesn't mean lonely. But you start to think like, man, is this like what the rest of my life looks like? Where, you pretty much separate yourself and keep to yourself. And you do that to protect yourself because so many people, it's so crazy. Just people's, they have these underlying, reasons to attach themselves to you. And, people can come in your life and they can pretend so well that they're genuine, or they can pretend so well that they are, in your life or want to be around you for nothing but just that. And then you find out that that's not true. So, I literally had that moment today. So I told y'all I was going to share with you guys, what happened, what I felt. If it resonates with you, it does. If not, thank you for just being on the live, I guess I should say. But, that's just real. That's just real. And so then I started to think like, man, is this what people talk about when they say it's lonely at the top? Which I don't even consider myself at the top. Like, I'm still striving to get to the top. But, truth be told, but, just kind of as you're going up your ladder of success and you're working hard and you're moving, you haven't gotten where you want to be, but you're moving. It just it gets to the point where you're just like, man, is this what people mean? It's called hidden agendas. Yeah. And so I think for me, one thing I've had to work hard on, and I posted this on my story too, innocence turns into intuition. Because a lot of times I see people out of the purity of me, my sight, my heart. And because of that, I end up just sometimes not seeing stuff very quickly. So I can say now that innocence has turned more into intuition for me. So I see things a little quicker than I usually do. I peep game a little bit quicker. My discernment is a little bit better. I'm still hoping that it gets even better. But I can say that, I see things a lot quicker than I used to. So I am appreciative and I am thankful. But I just had that moment today where I was wondering like, man, sometimes you just get tired. You get tired of being used, right? Like you get tired of feeling like you're being used. And, but that doesn't mean that I don't know. It's like, that doesn't mean that you should change who you are. Like, I don't want to change being a giver or being a person who likes to help people or being a person who likes to be that listening ear or be that, you know, ride or die friend, whatever the case may be, right? I don't really want to change that. So then it's like, well, dang, you know, how you gonna stop being used then? So it's very easy to go into a mode where you're to yourself. So because then when you're to yourself, you don't have to worry about anybody using you because you're staying to yourself. But anyway, that's what happened. That's what I felt today. That's right. So just be careful with how quickly you open up. I totally agree. I think sometimes, you know, something else I'm learning, I'll put it that way. I think sometimes you actually, because you're very transparent, very open, you know, you don't mind trusting, right? So yeah, I'll say that. Sometimes you're trusting. I'm very trusting, and I'm having to learn not to be that way, because no. People's intentions just sometimes aren't pure. And there are hidden agendas. And so sometimes it's just tough. Do you feel like staying to yourself is hindering you from accepting certain blessings? No, not at all. I don't feel like that at all. I'll be honest with you. I don't feel like any of my blessings are being hindered. I feel like what God has for me is for me, and what He has for me, He's giving me in divine, perfect timing. So no, I don't feel like that at all. At some point, you have to give your heart to God and trust Him. Yeah, my heart is there, and I do trust Him. I'm talking about people, not God. I'm talking about trusting people, and, you know, that piece of it. Blessings are never hindered when you remain at peace. That's right. Why are we sitting in the dark? Because I'm laying down. If you just came on, I'm laying down. I'm not outside, and I'm not getting up to turn no light on. So if you want to be here to get the message, welcome. If not, it's dark today. It was something I saw that I wanted to read and answer. Where did it go? Give without expecting anything in return. If you give, that was it. If you give with no expectations, then you will not worry about their intentions. So this is not about necessarily just giving. This is not just about giving to people. It's literally about getting to a place where you're not walking around allowing yourself to be used. And that does not just mean financially. So I want to make that very clear. I'm not just talking about monetarily. People are energy vampires, where they literally come in your presence because you are light, and they come to pull your energy. So you have energy vampires who are walking every day to do just that. There are people who may be in your life not because they really care for you like that, but because they feel like they can gain something. So this is not a money life, at all. Not at all. And I think for me, my prayer is, I don't ever want to go back to the way that I was. because I appreciate the growth. I appreciate, being able to understand and see things differently and deeper. So I never want to go back to where I was. I'm just trying to understand exactly where it is that I'm going, right? I'm trying to understand what it looks like futuristically when it comes to allowing people in my space, or allowing people in my life, or allowing people to be close to me, and being able to, sooner than later, discern intentions. That's what this is all about. That's what it's all about. Just have firmer boundaries. Absolutely. So I was actually talking to one of my really good friends earlier, and I was sharing with her, what happened, what I felt in my spirit earlier today. And she was like, Mel, it's just, she was like, you put more boundaries in your life, and that's good. That's not a bad thing. And she was just like, hey, that's just what it is. That's what happens sometimes when you put boundaries up and you make those boundaries clear. This is how you kind of start to feel and what kind of starts to happen, and you start seeing things differently. So, that's just, a part of it, I guess. A lot of people are just existing. I totally agree. I totally agree. No is a complete sentence. I said that recently somewhere. I don't remember where I said that, but that's very true. That is very true. It is a complete sentence. So, I like some 31 actually. I pray to God that you get a husband. Now listen. Okay, so let me be very clear. This is not this is not a live about relationships either. And when it comes to romantic relationships, let me be very, very clear about that as well. I did an interview earlier. Y'all know, even when I'm on vacation, I'm still working. So I've talked to some of my HPA students today. I started that at 8 a.m. I had an interview that was 45 minutes long for a radio station. I did that. But one thing that we talked about was, or a few things actually we talked about was being comfortable being by yourself, and how once you do that, once you take some time to deal with, if you have abandonment issues, if you take some time to deal with those, take some time to heal from that, take some time to learn that it's okay to be, with yourself, by yourself, it makes it to where you're not in a place where you're taking or putting up with toxicity. You'll walk away from it a lot quicker because you're not worried about being alone. You're not worried about, oh, this is going to trigger an abandonment issue that I have not yet faced, that I have not yet healed from. So we talked about that a little bit today. So to be very honest, I don't know what God has for me. I don't know if I'll get married again. I don't know. It's not at the top of my list, but it may happen. I'm not sure. But what I will say is it's amazing, the peace that comes with, like, you can travel. I ain't arguing with nobody on no plane over here. I'm not gonna argue with nobody on no plane going back. And I did everything I wanted to do while I was here, with a no back and forth, what you want to do, what you think we should do, what you want to eat, where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? So, I understand for some people, and that's fine. I understand for some people, marriage is at a top priority. To be quite frank, a lot of times females are raised that way, to make marriage a priority. It's not for me. So if it does happen, it does, but it's not a priority. So let me read my truth. Where is that? My peace was distracted this week and felt great to to cut it off today. Yay, good. Kudos to you. Congratulations. You know, that's the thing. It's great that you recognize, first of all, that, you know, your peace, your energy, your vibrations have been brought to a lower frequency. And then from there, you have to do what you have to do to get it back where it needs to be. I went through that the first part of this week. I slept probably like the first 2.5 days. And you know, when you're sick, right? People always tell you to rest so your body can heal. Rest so your body can heal, right? I also feel that resting allows you to heal when you've been mentally drained, when you've been emotionally drained, when your energy has been drained. Sleeping allows you to heal in that way also. So you have to do the necessary things, and you got to figure out what those things are for you. But you have to do the necessary things to get your energy on a high frequency so that you can operate at your highest potential every single day. I will tell anyone, you know, you have things to do, girl. Okay? You have businesses to run or a job to, you know, perform high at. You have probably children. You might have a husband. Whatever the case may be, you got stuff to do. So guess what? It's mandatory. There's no room for you not to operate at your highest potential every day. So anything that comes against that, anything that is not pushing you forward and operating at your highest potential has to go. And that's just what it is. Someone said, yes, unplug, disconnect, and regroup. Oh my gosh, yes, it was so amazing. It was amazing. And after I got about my 2.5 days of rest, I felt so much better. There was no TV, there was no nothing. It was just quiet. And I'm the type of person, well, there are TVs on in here, but that's because they had these doggone TVs on in the resort. I ain't turned them on. They've been on, and they ain't been on nothing since I've been here but the same home screen. So I'm not even a person who watches a lot of TV. But just really being able to, you know, relax, rest, and allow yourself to heal is so important. Like Boss Baby once said, I don't have the energy to be lazy. She did say that. She said, I ain't even got the energy to be lazy. I said, oh, that's my child. Lord have mercy. Boss Baby does not play. Oh, she is going to be a handful for someone. Because she don't be playing. So, yeah, she definitely doesn't play. How do you teach your children about self-care and putting up boundaries? So I teach my children, very good question. You know, so when it comes to self-care, my kids know and understand some of my self-care tactics. Like they know that I get massages every week. They know that, you know, sometimes I like to just sit in my room with it being really quiet and just, you know, relax. But also, I let my children get massages. They get their little 15-20 massage. They think they've got something, honey. They think it's the bomb, okay? But I let them do that as well here and there. And when it comes to boundaries, I'm not one of those parents who teaches my children that they have to be friends with everyone. If there's someone in your class who's bullying you or, you know, who's not nice to you, I'm not that parent to be like, well, y'all gotta be friends. Y'all gotta play together. No, you don't. It's okay. Because that's false. Like teaching our kids a false reality because that's not even true in real life. And maybe that's why we got so many adults that try to hold on to toxic friendships, relationships, and all of that. Because they were taught as kids, people keep trying to force people on them and make them feel like they gotta go play with this person. No, you do not. It's okay. It's totally okay. So I do talk to my kids and I teach them that. You know, I remember there was one case, there was a situation. I can't remember which kiddo it was, but there was just somebody they did not get along with in class, and their teacher was trying to make them feel like, no, she does not have to play with this particular child. If they do not get along, they don't get along, and stop trying to make them. It's okay, right? So I think it's important for us to start teaching at a young age. the importance of setting boundaries, the importance of choosing wisely who you allow in your space, who you allow in your energy space, and just being honest and real with our kids and real with ourselves. Facts. Teach children to respect their intuition. Absolutely. There's this, so I'm going to tell y'all this. There's this Netflix show called Manifest. Have y'all seen it? Manifest. It's a series. It's a pretty good series. And like I said, I don't even really watch a lot of TV, but when I do watch, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to binge watch and get it done and over. Like it's going to be, I took a day to watch something. But there's this series called Manifest. And if you haven't watched it, I would encourage you to do so. But what I love about Manifest is it shows and teaches the importance of listening to your inner voice. So my kiddos and I have watched the entire series together. They loved it. They would ask me, Mom, can we watch Manifest tonight? Can we watch Manifest? And in that, what I taught them when I would talk to them through some of the episodes was really just the importance of listening to teaching them about intuition, teaching them, hey, you see, whenever she listened to herself with this piece, you see what she figured out? Do you see whenever he, paid attention to this or heard this within himself, then he figured something out. It led to something else that he needed to know. So I used Manifest. I'll be honest. I used it to teach my children to, start that conversation about intuition and listening to your intuition. So, and they were like, Mom, can we watch Manifest? So, and we got through all the episodes. We watched it all. Not in one sitting, of course, but we did watch all of it. And they were into it too. Yes, it is on Netflix. And it's called Manifest. Discernment too. Absolutely. Manifest was so good. They need to hurry up with the next season. Facts, okay? I don't even know if they're going to do another one, but I really enjoyed it. That's smart. I need to watch Manifest with mine. Yep, you should. You definitely should. I bet you were an awesome teacher / educator. I really, I enjoyed teaching my students. So I taught for 3.5 years. And I graduated. I had just turned 22. I graduated a semester early. So I graduated in December. And I started teaching immediately. And I really enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed just really being a teacher that showed my students that I actually care about them. And that was, for me, that was really what it was all about. So I probably can count on one hand the number of times I even had to write a student up in those 3.5 years, because first of all, y'all know I don't play, so I handle what I need to handle up in my classroom. That's how I was. But then also, my students didn't, you had a few here and there, but they didn't really give me no hard time because they knew, I didn't play, but they also knew I cared about them. Let me see. Mel, you said something in a prior live that was very profound. May your daughters be stronger than you. Oh, I'm glad that resonated with you, sis. What grade did you teach? I taught 7th and 8th. I love being a teacher. Yes, come on, Asia. Yes, ma'am. I didn't know that you were a teacher. I'm also an educator. Yep, I sure was. I taught 7th and 8th grade. How do you feel about reality TV now that you've been on for several years? I think reality TV opens up doors for you to do things and take advantage of the platform as long as you're doing that. As long as you're doing that and willing to be, transparent and willing to be honest and open. You seem like you was at Cool Teaching School, but don't play. Yep. I sure was. Shout out to all the great teachers. Yes. 6th and 8th grade English language arts. Come on now. I taught 7th and 8th English language arts. Then I taught some IB Spanish classes, and I taught, what else? I taught IB Spanish. And I had a couple of inclusion classes. But yep. Will you be in more scenes? I have no idea. I don't control editing. How did you deal with 7th to 8th grade teenage girls' attitudes? I mean, I don't know. Thinking back, I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have a whole lot of behavioral issues with my students. I did not. What was your favorite part about teaching? I would say my favorite part about teaching was, I love being creative and coming up with, especially, I was 22. So just finding ways to be creative and come up with things that I knew my students would enjoy. Because, they were 12, 13, some 14. So it was like, sometimes I would have them, create raps. They always thought it was so cool when I knew the popular rap songs. Like, I was like, oh, y'all didn't think I knew. Ha ha. You know what I'm saying? So I was that teacher. So I don't know. I loved incorporating technology. So I had a smart board, and I loved, finding cool games for them to do, learning games for them to do on the smart boards. And just, finding ways knowing that every child doesn't learn the same. So you have to I had lesson plans, different things for different types of learners, whether you were a visual learner or if you learned by hearing, you learn by doing. So you have to pay attention to all of that, and then come up with a plan that is, personalized, so to speak, so your students can be successful. So yeah. What made you want to switch careers from an educator to a businesswoman? So really, I will say that I was already running a business, and it was going very, very, very well, very quickly. And so then I made the decision to focus on my business.